Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christian Young, and this is my discussion piece. So, starting off with my summary, I would like to say that I think the speaker was very informative and she was a true credible source. One thing that I found very impressive was that the presenter of the speaker let it be known all of the accolades, positions, and credits that the speaker does have. And I think that was very good. That allows the listeners to know that even though I don't see you or I don't necessarily know you personally, I do hear in and I have now found out that you have the tools, the skills, and you are put in a position to where you are now a credible source where you're giving me this information so I can receive it. And it makes allow listeners, I'm sorry, I want to say readers, it allows listeners to become more engaged in this. And this was a very engaging video as well. She did very good. So to start off with my summary, the speaker started off by letting us know that she does have certain tests that she used to get this information. She said she used the two that I've picked up the most was with readiness and screening. These are for diagnostics, and these diagnostic form tests allow the teacher to get a more individualized look at the students in their classroom, which becomes very informative when you want to create more intervention lessons, when you want to have more driven lessons to what your students specifically need compared to just general things on a grade level or early childhood level basis. And I think that was really good that she did mention that. Next, I'll say that the objectives of this webinar were make decisions about teaching and learning for all children, identify and implement appropriate interventions for individual children, and to determine effectiveness of intervention. I think she did a really good job of breaking down all of the three that were in this video. Okay. Next point I would like to hit on is that she did mention the comprehensive system, and this was a lot of information. It gives an outline towards what you want to see being implemented in your lessons and what teachers should try to do. So curriculum should include content of what students are learning through their early childhood years. Assessment is what is keeping track of that learning to show, well, student A in first grade has been on a good reading level. So when he goes to the next grade, it should increase, not decrease. We can expect him to increase based off of his assessments throughout the years. Okay. And then our last one, program evaluation. This one is to say, well, student A has been using this program, which has him on a proficient level. So it must be effective because once he got to second grade, he was ready to handle second grade level work and be proficient as well. He did not go down and he did not be, I guess what some would say, maybe borderline shaky. He was dead, he was steady, he was consistent. So that was another good point that she made. Okay. Moving along from there, I would also like to say, okay, also listeners were told to think about content areas that they want to be diagnosed with their students in. So these can be a plethora of things. It can include, physical development, approaches to learning, mathematical skills, scientific thinking, social emotional skills, development, language and literacy, social studies, and cognitive abilities. These are a wide range of skills, but there is sometimes a lack when it's individualized. So it's important for teachers to know exactly which skills they want to tune in on when they are doing their screening diagnostics, because it allows for them to get that data, analyze that data, and then create lessons based off what they need to do for their individualized students. Which brings me to my next point that she brought up was to make sure that you are choosing assessments that align with the skill that you're looking for as well. Okay. So, moving forward, I would like to now talk about my potential challenges that I think assessments have on early childhood. One challenge that I know for sure is happening is our students who are coming from varying backgrounds also come from varying development. So I think it is important to keep that in mind that Although students might even stay in the same town, maybe same neighborhood, or just a street over, that does not mean they are getting the exact same development. Student A may have parents who early on, let's read a book, or let's try listening to music, let's try these things, where student B may just have parents that just are letting that student be free, just get on the iPad, do things, but not taking the time to really ensure they're getting those skills to prepare them. So that does leave some students at a disadvantage or a imbalanced kind of system. And it's important that teachers, one, recognize it, two, try to become more aware of it, and then act on it. It's important that we act on it. So teachers can't necessarily act on what is going on at home, but once I get the student, analyze what's going on, find out what's going on, and let's make something for you. So one thing that I have done with my students in third grade is goal setting. So goal setting means I might have a 50-question test, but my specific student who is nervous may only need 35. So if you focus on that 35 instead of the 50, 55, 60, the huge number, you are at a more relaxed pace, and you're not overwhelmed and not getting so nervous when you're on your test. And I have found out this to be really good. And then afterwards, my class, what we like to do is celebrate those who do. So it kind of does boost your confidence up to say, well, I hit my 35, well, mom, I did my goal. And it helps them a lot, and they become more acceptive to assessments. All right, thank you.